On the last rendition of Agenda Peace, the Dragon fans are in joy as Dragon finally begins to move. No longer is he looking east. No longer is he triple dotting and doing nothing. Instead, he's stepping up, taking action, and showing us all the morality that's deep within him. But things are getting scary because now Garp enters the fray. The slander of Garp is reaching an all-time high. Is Garp really the oppression leader that most people are memeing him to be? Agenda is finally turning against Garp, and all Garp stands are shaking in their boots. Garp, now is your time. Please save us before these Dragon fans kill us forever. JD's scared. The rats are scared. What's going to happen? Oda, please save Garp. And also, Davey needs a back. Am I right, guys? Find out on the next rendition of Agenda Peace.
Can it be your faith in
What is up, everybody? It's your boy, it's the Don, it's the Godfather, it is the future and current Hall of Famer, the Saint himself, no relation, JD Legend, back again, bringing you guys a live reaction to One Piece chapter 1161. And on the last chapter of One Piece, we had Dragon finally move. We had Dragon finally do something. We had Dragon stocks finally take a rise after dipping for so long. And we also have Garp stocks in danger. We have Garp met with a crossroads of whether he's going to turn a blind eye into the atrocities that are happening, or are we finally going to see what Garp stands for, like, openly? Like, is he actually going to say something? Like, that's kind of what we're looking for. We kind of know what Garp stands for, but we need him to kind of speak about it and what's going on, right? So, you know, we're here. I've heard people were, you know, screaming at me saying, Jay, this is a suit chapter. This is a suit chapter. And then I have, you know, people in my camp saying it's a 50-50 and we don't know. So what I'm going to do, normally with chapters like that, I have the suit right up here. I got to write it up here. So as we read, and if it earns the suit, we'll put the suit on. But for now, I just thought that I'd launch my favorite new shirt, my favorite new shirt. So I don't know if you guys have seen this. This shirt here, it's a fantastic shirt, made by Mr. Morge and another what's it called? They got a little shop or something called Gumu. This is great. This is fantastic. So I just thought I'd launch this one right here. Shout out to all the Chopper fans out there. I hope you're upset. So yeah, we're just being toxic today. We need to get Cole a shirt like this. We need to get Cole. So shout out to King of Lightning. I know Cole, once you see this, you'd want one as well. So yeah, you know. So we're gonna see. Yeah, man. So that's fine. That's fine. Anywho, let's take a look. One Piece chapter 1161. Let's put the music on. Excuse me. Some good coffee in the morning to get the day started. You know, sometimes you just gotta activate. You just gotta activate. All right, so we have the covers. We have the color page here. This is so interesting. It's like the Straw Hats and all these little dolls. You got like Doll Whitebeard, Sabo, Makino, and all that. It's pretty cool. What we hold in our hearts is forever ours. Okay, this is pretty nice. All right. One Piece chapter 1161. Hold on, let me turn down the volume a little bit. That's better. A love ballad in a hail of arrows. Well, that's an interesting title. Only Child Yamato and the Holy Inari Shrine. This is still going. The resting place of heroes. All right. I mean, this is cool, I guess. All right, here we go. Here we go. The island became an inescapable flashpoint where motive and fate erupted into a battlefield of nightmares. Head for the evacuation route. We will take responsibility and get it for you. But there was a prize I really wanted. Responsibility? You'll be taking responsibility for all of this, you idiot. Yeah, whatever, man. These celestial dragons are garbage. We might have a chance. Let's use this chaos and hop on a boat and slip away. Where's Shaki? She all right? Eris, teach. Where are you? Where did Roger go? Okay. So his wife's name is Eris. We have Blackbeard's mother's name, Eris. Davy D. Eris. So we've got a name. We've got a name. Eris T. Oh, I love it. I just love it. He's looking for his children. That's all he's worried about. He's not worried about Shaki. Hang in there just a bit longer. Where are the Navy ships? More pirates. It's not that way. Yeah, I see him. A Marine with a little bundle in his arms. And it's a God Knight. And he gets, oh my God. Got him. You're a lifesaver, Maffy. Garling would have killed me. Oh my God. Oh, wow. So first of all, that little laser beam. So she's just shooting lasers out of her mouth? Okay. Wow. Who would have thought a prick like Garling could have a kid? That's almost as strange as our intriguing little kidnapper. God's Knight Satchel's family. Saint Maffy. Satchel's is a funny last name. So we got Saint Maffy. Maffy Satchels. And she's smoking a cigar. Okay, this girl's toxic. Wait, those babies. They're my only chance to atone for helping set up this twisted murder game. Wow. It was nice knowing you, young man. Wow, I guess that's that. Considering all the dead, this is probably what I deserve. Out of my way. Is that Whitebeard and Big Mom? Yo, cold. Whitebeard Mickey save. Okay. So there's something that, okay, so this is something that, okay, let's just slow down here really quickly. This is something that One Piece fans, most One Piece fans want to hear from Garp. Where Dragon is realizing he's taking responsibility for the fact that he's a part of this. And that one of his ways to try and make up the small W he's trying to make up for with this is by saving those children. And then he's accepting death because at the end of the day, he is liable. He's a part of this whether he likes it or not. So honestly, W. Honestly, W. Never thought I'd see the day where I'm giving Dragon W's, but here we are. This is my requiem, man. This is it. Fair enough. Fair enough. So we have a way, for the last time, I was aiming at the enemy, not you. How many other pirate crews landed here anyway? Liar, I could have died. You want to go right now or something? Whoa, these pirates, they're so huge. Big Mom and Whitebeard are massive. Just from a scaling standpoint, look at how big these guys are. These are actually like giants. These are creatures. Damn you, Newgate, you trying to get me killed? Shiki. This isn't what we agreed upon, Lin. Kaido. The Rocks pirates. If we can take them down, we'll be famous, huh? Hang on, these scrubs are after Sheki too? Get back to bed, you small fries. So we got, oh, I love it. Shiki, Kaido, Big Mom. Yeah, Big Mom lighting them on fire. Whitebeard just swinging them away. Shiki dual wielding. Okay. So they're all flying away. What in the world is happening on this island? And he's still gripping up Shamrock. I could probably slip away now, but I lost the babies. Cough. What? I'm one of the babies. Baby Shanks is just knocked out completely. Just, yo. Now, this is a big chain. Now, this is a big catch. I found a prime fishing spot. Look at Garp. Now, this is a big catch. I found a prime fishing spot. Brace yourself, you big old sea kings. It's Garp. Run. A fight with him will drag on too long. We ain't gonna fight back at all? Can it? Zeus Prometheus. Yes, mama. Okay. So, Shanks got dropped on his head. If we're gonna run that agenda, it's a little nasty, but I get it if we're gonna do it, right? He got dropped on his head. Brain damage. CTE. CTE Shanks is crazy. Yeah, all right, man. Y'all are crazy. CTE Shanks is wild. He's obviously not brain dead, but, you know, maybe a little CTE. I don't know. Head trauma. Yeah. So, they obviously ran away from Garp. So that's a Garp upscale. He said, Dad? Oh, yeah, that's right. Dragon's here. Dad? Dad? Heavenly Flare Blitz. Wait a minute. And is that at Garp? Vice Admiral Garp? Yeah, she shot that straight at Garp. So Garp got knocked back. What was that? Now focus. This is our chance, Kuma. Okay. This is not even hot enough to cook a prime rib. Yes. Garp upscale. Yes. This is Garp against Prime Big Mom, nigga. He said a prime rib. He said, nigga, this ain't even hot enough to cook my steak. Why he talking like that? Why is Garp talking like that? Yo, look at young Garp. Look at him, bro. He got the little lightning licking too. He said, yo. Oh, and Big Mom like, damn. I'm cooked. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Garp upscale. Garp upscale. That's what I'm talking about. Garp upscale. That's what we talking about. Shoot them stocks up. That's it. That's it. Hey, the kidnapper's probably dead, and I've secured the baby. That's good enough, right? I'm forever in your debt now. Please get back here before Garling finds out. I'm sorry, I may not be able to help your brother, but I swear to at least save you. And Wheeze, all the poor baby. You all really thought you could get away from the chaos? Pirate or townsfolk, none will escape you on my watch. Okay, so they're still killing civilians. Reporting in, the Rocks pirates are coming in from the southeast, the Roger pirates from the northwest. We've been sandwiched. Okay, so they're all gonna meet in the middle. Give back Shaki. It's Roger. Fight to the last. We haven't gotten the treasure safety yet. The Rocks crew are coming from the other side. I'm going to save her first. No, I will. Shaki, we're here to save you. Look at Captain John and Silver Axe. Shiki, they're pushing each other away. Hurry and stop them. You at least move Shakiyaku, right? St. Summers. About that. ... Huh? Ah. St. Summers. ... Don't tell me all of them were taken out by one little chained up lady. Sounds like the pirates out there are really going to town. Damn. Shaki cooked them. Shaki they're fodder, so she destroyed them. Man, I'm just looking at the Yamyas now. Shaki packed them up. Shaki packed them up, bruh. Oh my God. Wait a minute. So because Silver Axe has a metal arm. Not Silver Axe. Because Captain John has a metal arm. Y'all gonna use this as kid upscale? Don't do this, man. Don't do this. Listen. I like Captain John. All right, you know what? Let me stop y'all for a second, since y'all want to say, look at his arm. Don't do this. All right, don't do this, because the moment you bring kid into something that does not need to be brought into, you're gonna flip a switch in this brain. And don't do this. Not while I'm enjoying One Piece. Not while I'm reading the story. Don't do this, chat. Don't bring his name into this. Don't do it. I like Captain John. Don't do this. Let me enjoy the story. Don't do it, because it's not an upscale, it's a downscale. Don't do it. Because if he's anything like Kid, it's a downscale. There's no W. All of a sudden now Captain John? Nah, man. Don't do it. Don't ruin my fun. Don't ruin it, chat. You do it too much, and I've had enough. Y'all gotta behave yourselves. Need y'all to stop. Let's go back. Sounds like the pirates are really going to town. How distasteful. There's nothing less cute. And he smacked Shaggy. Jesus. Then a woman who knows her worth. Wait. He said there's nothing less cute than a woman who knows her worth. I mean, W, he admits that he knows her worth, but then hates it and slaps. What is up with Summers? What? What kind of statement is that? I hate when a woman respects herself. Slap. What is wrong with him? Someone, yo, I think he might be the most toxic character in the story. I think Summers might be the most toxic character in the story. Yeah, man. You know what? He fit nicely in Fresh and Fit. He would be. He'd fit wonderfully in the Fresh and Fit podcast. Wonderfully. Wonderfully. That's it, man. Myron Summers, man. That's exactly who he is. Ridiculous, bro. Andrew Summers Tate. Yeah, all right, man. A pimp named Summers, man. That's not ridiculous, bro. And then Shaki tries to kick him. Ouch, and he grabs a leg. Oh, he's about to hit her with a club. Oh my God, did he hit her? Yikes, he actually hit her. Ooh. Y'all, you know, all these pirates are here to take you away. Your popularity is quite the pain. It certainly made a mess of our tourney. Even if you survive this, Garland will ultimately claim you as his. No one else really gains anything, so I'm starting to wonder if it wouldn't just be more fun to kill you here and now. They've come all this way just to save you. It'd be unfortunate for them to survive hell only to find a mangled corpse of their beloved here. I wonder what kind of faces they'll make. Oh, nah, this is gonna be nasty. Ugh. Oh, I don't like this. Ugh. 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 Okay, someone save Shaggy quick, bro. Please. Someone actually, like, we speed this up, bro. This is sick. I got bad taste in my mouth, man. I don't like this. Yeah, speed this up, please. This is not good, man. Someone needs to kill Summers, bro. He gotta die. I want the worst death for him. He gotta go, man. Oh, and then we got Roger versus Whitebeard. Nice little clash. Shaki, we've come to save you. Shaki, are you okay? I'm going to save you now. It'll be me. No, I'm the one. Damn. My hands are tied now. I'll leave Shaki to you. Whoosh, is that Rayleigh? Cold. Rayleigh, pull up. Can you hear that? They're outside. I'm afraid you're just a little too late. St. Summers, Garland won't forgive this kind of transgression. Zip it. If you keep quiet, they'll just chalk it up to an accident. Look at her face. All hope snuffed out. See, this ain't a fairy tale. I just gut any hero who'd show up. Life's a bitch, ain't it? Yeehaha. I'll give you 5 slashes. Savor the pain. Your wishful thinking will drown out with your blood. This guy is toxic. Look at Rayleigh! I'll send you to the darkest shadows of the underworld. Look at his face. Crescent he got. Yo, Transcendent he got Crescent, bro. Look at Rayleigh's face. Yo. Rayleigh! Gold! Shout to yo, Rayleigh. Yo. Oh my God, I love it. I love it, bro. I love it. 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 I love it, bro. Oh my God. That is peak. That is peak. Completely packed him up, smacked him against the wall. I think he smacked him through the wall. Look at yo, Summer's eye at the back. The nonchalant king, bro. That's it. Shaggy, sorry for the delay. I'm here for you. Oh, cold panel, huff huff. And she's crying, drip drip. Raysan, you're late. I'm sorry for letting it come to this. I was so scared. I'll never ever save it for later. Look, they're ratting. Look at Scupper and Roger. Guys, you've got Shaggy. Grab the treasure and run for it. A passionate rescue. Oh my God. Yeah, man. Listen, if it wasn't for the fact that we get copyright, there'd be a song we need to play. If it wasn't for the fact that I get copyrighted, there'd be a song that we need to play. Cold from Rayleigh, bro. It'd be a song we need to play, but I can't. W from Rayleigh, man. W from Rayleigh. W from Rayleigh, man. Okay. Raysan. Okay, so I'm sorry for letting it come to this. I was so scared. And is that Rayleigh saying I'll never ever? Yeah, okay. So that's okay. So Rayleigh, that's his woman now. That's it. They're together. That's his girl. Roger's rattled. Scopper's crying. And that's it. Okay. So that's the chapter. So I do need to say this. It's a good chapter. It's a good chapter. It's a great chapter. But it's not a suit chapter. It's one, it was short. But it's not a suit chapter. It's not. It's not a suit chapter. It wasn't a suit chapter. And the reason it's not a suit chapter is because we've seen what suit chapters look like, and it's just not on the scale. It's not a suit chapter. To me, I don't even know if I'd call this a great chapter. I'd call this an 8.5 out of 10. Maybe a 9. Yeah, like, nah. Yeah. This is like an 8. This is like an 8 out of 10. It's definitely a good chapter. A great chapter is like 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. Very good. Good chapter is 7. Very good is 8. So yeah, it's a very good chapter. You know? So I thought we would get more Garp exposition this chapter, but we didn't, which is fine, right? It's really more of Garp is toxic. well, not toxic, but like Garp is super strong, and everyone is gunning for the treasure. So everyone's kind of running. We see how Shamrock and Shanks got split. Dragon is the one that saved Shanks. So then I wonder how Shanks found his way to Roger, and I guess we're going to figure that one out. So from what I'm seeing, Dragon has seen his father. Dragon and his father, Garp, are going to meet, while Garp is also going to meet Roger. I think what's going to happen is I think Roger is going to take Shanks, because if Garp takes Shanks, it's going to be an issue. And they need to get Shanks as far away from the Holy Knights as possible. Which makes me wonder if Dragon and Shanks have a pre-existing relationship. Shanks in the treasure chest, though? Is it confirmed that Shanks was found in the treasure chest? What's up, Kenan? We seen in a flashback. I thought that was Uta that was in the treasure chest, not Shanks. It's shown in the Odin flashback, I think. Okay, so we're in Film Red. Is Film Red canon? Lore book? I don't know. I don't know, man. Oda had a rough draft of it drawn. Just because he had a rough draft of it doesn't mean he actually did it. I don't know. All right, well, from what we're seeing now, like I said, there's not much that we got from a progression standpoint outside of the fact that Garp is strong. The Rocks Pirates, yeah, I think that's the thing, is like not much progressed. Like we're in outside of, okay, Shaki's been saved. We figured out how Shamrock and Shanks got split. And that's about it. And we got some more exposition for Dragon. So at that point, Rayleigh and Shaki ended up together. We knew that was gonna happen, but it's nice to see. We're really kind of waiting for what I'm waiting for, right? And this is so funny considering I'm known so much for Agenda, is I'm really waiting for narrative. I'm waiting for a narrative. I'm waiting for the engagement of the narrative for Garp, Dragon, and Rocks. And we didn't get any Rocks here. So I'm assuming we're going to get that next chapter. Or the chapter after, because Rocks is looking for Teach and Eris. So there's still a lot more that needs to be done. And I'm also honestly glad Oda's got the Shaki stuff out of the way already. Right? It's a case that Oda just needed to get the Shaki stuff out of the way, because that's just some big giant plot device to get all these people at God Valley. Like, get the Shaki stuff out of the way. Sommers get packed up. Rayleigh saves Shaki. We don't need to worry about that anymore. We don't got to dwell on that anymore. So get Shaki out the way fast. It's been done. Dragon has seen his father. Confirmed. That conversation, something's got to happen from that. Shamrock and Shanks have been split. Great. We don't got to worry about that anymore. What I really want to see is Garp and Dragon, Rocks and his family, and I don't even know, has the Roger and Whitebeard rivalry even started yet? Or did it start here? Because that's also another point. I don't think the Whitebeard and Roger rivalry starts until after Rocks. Yeah. I don't think it starts until after Rocks. So that rivalry hasn't even been a thing yet. I don't think that's a thing. I don't think they have any rivalry or beef at all. Whitebeard has to meet Garling, though, because of the scar. How do we know it's Garling that scarred Whitebeard? Why do we know that? Yeah. So there's still more to come here. Why is that a thing? When I see your face, my scar aches. Interesting. So are we just guessing? So we're just guessing. Because, all right, so see, chat, now we're being a bit disingenuous. You're being disingenuous. All right. So what is it, guys? Whitebeard scars Shanks. Well, not Whitebeard. Garling scarred Shanks, but Shanks was found in the treasure chest. How does that make any sense? Someone explain that to me. Because if you're guessing, it's a different story. But y'all saying it as if it's a fact, and now it's like, all right, now we're getting unserious. Because I don't think two things can be true. Again, if Shanks was found in a treasure, why would Garling scar Whitebeard? Why would he scar Whitebeard? And did he have that scar in the Odin flashback? It implies that Whitebeard knows Garling is Shanks' dad. Maybe. I don't know. I don't think it makes sense. Do you think it was Shamrock that did it instead of Shanks? Maybe he ran into Shamrock? Since they're twins? Oh no. I don't know. How about this? Garling gave Scar to Whitebeard. If you're media literate enough, you can read between the lines. What's the word I'd use for a statement like that? Pretentious, disingenuous, stupid, loser, dickhead, asshole, prick, delusional, presumptive. Do we have any other words? Chat, any other words for a statement like that? I just don't understand. Something that's not confirmed, and that you make an assumption and then say it's a fact, and then claim it's media literacy if you see it. is a level of ignorance that shows a lack of intelligence. That's the term I would use. Because no one who's actually has intelligence would make such a claim without any actual fact. You would leave room for the fact that it's possibly wrong. But how do you add read between the lines and media literacy and then claim something as fact? I don't understand that. And the reason I highlighted that comment is because I've been seeing a lot of One Piece fans talking about media literacy. A lot. I've seen that type of comment a lot. Now, I haven't mentioned the person who said it, but I saw it in the chat. And I want to talk about media literacy for a second because I think One Piece fans are the worst when it comes to using words that they don't really understand. Like, we just use words that we don't understand. One Piece fans use words like media literacy, reading comprehension, character development. You use these words, but you don't know what those words actually mean. Because One Piece is such a vast story and it covers so many different topics and it covers a lot of social issues. One Piece fans think because they read One Piece and because they understand a few things that they think, now I'm media literate. Now I have reading comprehension because I understand these small little themes. It's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. That's it. I don't know. I don't know, man. I really don't know. I really don't know because, and this is something that unfortunately, so I have a group of friends, right? I have a friend of mine, who's studying, he's studying literature and English. It's like, it's his profession. It's what he does. So analyzing literature critically is what he does. And a lot of the times he breaks down a lot of the points I have and say, because sometimes I miss things. Sometimes I don't understand some things. So for me, I'm never going to claim that I have the right reading comprehension all the time, which is why the Garp situation, and this is still relevant to the chapter. It's why the Garp situation is so nuanced, because I defend Garp and I put a cape on for Garp. I will admit this. I defend Garp the way I defended Sanji, the way I defend other people, where it's more like I just really defend Garp because I'm trying to imply what he actually means without Oda explicitly saying what it is that Garp really stands for. It's the same issue I have with Kizaru. So what one could say here is, one could say, if you're with proper reading comprehension, you can imply that this is what Kizaru feels. But when it comes to writing, when it comes to explaining the motivations of a character, which are intrinsically important for understanding who the character is, it's called characterization. If you don't do that and you leave it up to the reader to imply things that have not been explicitly expressed in the story, then that's on the writer. Your character motivation should be clear enough for the reader to understand. Your reader shouldn't have to read between the lines and write a story and write a reason for you. Because if you have the reader writing the story for you, then what are you actually doing? What are you actually doing? If I'm making assumptions based on an implication, what am I actually doing? And I'm not dissing Oda, because I like to defend Garp, but what I also cannot do is I can't lie for Oda either. One of the things that we need to do is, the reason why Garp gets criticized so aggressively is because I can also say, well, Garp is obviously trying to train a future of Marines, so they can change them from the inside. But Oda has never said that, so somebody's gonna say, nah, that's just an excuse. It was never said in the story. Garp actually is just turning a blind eye to atrocities. And you know who would be more right? It'd be the one criticizing Garp, because they have actual evidence that Garp is turning a blind eye to atrocities. They have evidence, and I don't. The only thing that I can say is that because Garp is training Kobe, and he's tried to train all kinds of other people, that I'm assuming Garp's goal is to change the Marines from the inside, but that's never been something he's actually stated. And it's not being shown here either. So that's the tough part. That's the tough part. Jay, some people just let agenda get to their head, thinking their theory must be canon. Well, here's another thing. Here's another thing that I will say. There's nothing wrong with making theories. One thing I will say though is I think that theory crafting seems to be a more acceptable version of headcanon and agenda, more than the comedic side, more than the satirical side. We love to get lost in theories that have no narrative grounding at all. But when it comes to satire that also has no narrative grounding, we tend to hate the satire more than we hate the theory. So I just don't think that's balanced either. And that's always been a weird thing for me. Simple boy, it's all right, man. It's all right. It's really not you. It's just a lot of people. A lot of people throw that statement out a lot, and I just wanted to address it because I think now we're at the point now where this conversation about Garp is gonna get, unfortunately, whether we like it or not, it's gonna get very political, right? Whether we like it or not, this Garp conversation is gonna get very political. And I also think in today's climate as well, and this is important, right? There's a reason I'm having this conversation, and it's not because I'm just yapping. Also, at the end of the day, I'm a YouTuber. It's my job to yap. I get paid by YouTube to yap. You guys are here to watch me yap. That's why I yap. So I'm yapping. I'm doing this because I'm processing externally for you guys to understand what's going on in my head. Right now, in Nepal, there have been protests going on. They're waving the One Piece flag. In Indonesia, they're waving the One Piece flag. We all know what's going on in Palestine right now. We know what's going on in Palestine is wrong. I don't know why that even needs to be said, but I'm going to say that it's wrong what's happening in Palestine. One Piece is trickling into political issues right now. And the One Piece flag is being used as a symbol of anti-establishment. And because One Piece is so anti-establishment, when you look at someone like Garp, who is a part of the establishment, the nuanced conversation can be Garp is trash because we're supporting anti-establishment when Garp is in the establishment. But the conversation is way more nuanced than just Garp is bad because he's part of the establishment. Because at the end of the day, whether we like it or not, there are people that are within the establishment that do not like what's going on, and they are trying to change things behind the scenes. But people, the public view, may not like it. They may not agree with it. They may call them cowards. So there's a reason why we're having this conversation. It's a reason why we have to be careful when we throw words like media literate out, because you're not media literate if you're only looking at one side. You're biased, and that's called media bias. There's two different things here. So I just want everyone to be careful. One Piece fans particularly, because it's a problem with all One Piece fans, not just one person, right? Just one person, right? Be careful, because there's always something deeper that we don't understand, and we got to be careful. I wouldn't say One Piece is anti-establishment, is anti-bad establishment. I disagree. I would argue One Piece is very much anti-establishment, right? Because what's happening is that Luffy, characters like Luffy, are being rewarded and painted as heroes for just anarchy. Luffy comes in, destroys the establishment, and there's a vacuum left. Now, luckily, we have some guys behind the scenes that take advantage of that vacuum, and then they try to establish a different order. But at the end of the day, Luffy is seen as the hero. Anything the Straw Hats do, anything Luffy does, most of the time, even pirates in general, are just not viewed as bad guys. But pirates are inherently anti-establishment. The whole concept of freedom, it doesn't promote order. It just promotes whatever I feel is okay because I'm morally good. And that's the difference, right? That's the difference. So it's a nuanced conversation, and it's a conversation that requires a lot more time, delicate care, and honestly pushback as well. So like I also understand that. Do you know what I'm saying? Yes. You see that? Sabo is championed as the Flame Emperor for killing Cobra, allegedly. Right? So it's Pirates Antifa is wild. Oda says you need to be a good Marine as well. So I agree with that. I just think it's that Hassan Piker called Luffy a terrorist and people thought he was crazy. But he's correct. I mean, he is. I don't think I would even argue. I don't know if I'd use the word terrorist because I think terrorists always have political agendas. Luffy doesn't have a political agenda, so I just don't think that's the right word to use. I just don't think that's the right word to use. I would not call Luffy a terrorist. Maybe an anarchist, right? Maybe that's the term I would use. Yeah, I don't think one man's terrorist is another man's freedom fighter. Luffy is not a freedom fighter either. And that's the problem, right? Luffy doesn't do this stuff for some bigger scheme. He doesn't do this for some big picture plan. And that's what I don't think people understand, which is why we're having this conversation. Don't make Luffy more than what he is. Luffy just finds himself in situations where somebody does something he doesn't like, so he beats their ass and then he leaves. He just happens to keep beating up the president of the United States or the president of Turkey or the president of Germany. He just keeps happening to defeat the big bad. But he doesn't stand for anything political. He doesn't stand for anything big picture. He doesn't stand for anything that brings order. He doesn't have any government vibes. He doesn't have any political stance. He doesn't have any of that. Luffy's just there to help his friends. And that's it. He's just doing it at a larger scale. What's his justice? He has that secret dream. Well, Landon, if we don't know what the dream is, we don't know what his intentions are. There's a lot of good and bad in both factions. Well, so Almace, that's the actual nuance. What's your guess on his dream? I don't care what Luffy's dream is. I've lost interest. If I'm going to be honest, I've completely lost interest in Luffy's dream. I've completely lost interest in it. That might be crazy to say, but I don't care. I don't. I just don't care. I just watch what Luffy does in the present because I don't care. If it hasn't been told to me now, then as far as I'm concerned, Luffy's doing whatever the hell he wants to. And that's all Luffy's ever been. I'm Luffy and I'm going to do whatever the hell I want. So why should I care what his ultimate dream is if that's all I've ever been shown of Luffy is I'm going to do whatever the hell I want? Why think any deeper about it? Why would I investigate Luffy's character any deeper if all I've ever seen from Luffy is I'm going to do whatever I want? That's exactly what I'm saying, Blurred. Why would you care? Why would you care? He said, what? Someone said, what possible decent dream could that freak have? Why'd you call him a freak listener? Why'd he call Luffy a freak? No, that's funny, dog. I gotta read some super chats, man. Sorry, I know you guys have been donating. I apologize. Let me this has been a great conversation though. The memes about Shanks being dropped on his head as a baby are going to feed generations. Yes, they are. And that's from JS. We got £5. King J with the 40. I don't know what currency that is, but thank you for the 40. King J, baby rat got ground diffed. Yeah, we hate to see it. We have N-word. So Nedward. We thought Whitebeard had no scars on his back because he never ran. Whole time he was just fast as hell. Yeah, man. He's quick for $5. King J, I thought Whitebeard never ran from a fight. Looks like he did. Meldrick, hey man, I just wanted to say, Meldrick for $5. I just wanted to say I enjoy your content. And although I like him, your kid slander cracks me up. I appreciate that, Meldrick. Thank you. Operation Smog, $10. Kid never died. He's living in Jay's head rent free. You know what? Fair. Thanks for the 10. Ali Salame, $4. Big Mom, wallahi, I'm finished. Yes. Total Blurred. Shout out to Blurred. Long-time viewer. GOAT. The more chapters come out, the less I understand Garp. Mad at his son for being disgusted about God Valley. Garp is hard to understand. Blurred, I mean, that's the thing, right? This is really what we've been talking about, right? This is the thing that we've really been talking about, which is why I need Garp's if Dragon can clearly see what's going on here is wrong, Garp needs to do something, right? Kyle Jerome Carter with the $2. What's the chance Garp not knowing Dragon is there? That would be pitiful. If Garp doesn't know Dragon's here, that'd be pitiful. It'd be pitiful. It'd be pitiful. If he doesn't know Dragon's here, that's disgraceful. That's disgraceful. Jamie Usher, mental how we are this far in the story and it's the first time we see Dragon interact with Garp and call him dad. Fair point. £5. Is this the greatest flashback in One Piece? I think so. If it's not there, it's top 3 easy. From Mike Ross. Funny name actually. Mike Ross with a Black King of the Hill Abbey for $3 Canadian. What a name. What a name. Isaac Gavey. Summers being Sanji's grandfather from his mother's side would be cinema. Summers needs to burn in Sanji's hot as fire. I agree. Sanji versus Summers. Now that would be a nice thematic fight. I ain't gonna lie. That'd be a nice thematic. I'd like that actually. That's actually kind of cold. I mean, there are not a lot of people that have a similar face to Shanks, so it's an assumption. And that's €5 from Zwina. Cold. And then we have Scar on Whitebeard's chest looks like Garland's hair from Gold Roger. I guess so. I guess so. I guess we'll just have to see, and that's $2 Canadian. All right, so caught up with the super chats. So I think back to the point of Luffy. Oh, that's right. Oh my God, I forgot to announce the stock market's open. My bad, guys. The stock market is actually open. I forgot about that. Do I even have my stock review? Is there a stock review? I didn't even review the stocks for this week. Jesus, guys. Apologies. I'm not even doing my job right. I know the stock market's going, but if I were to up, how do we use it though? Go to the Art of the Deal manual in the Discord. Go to the Art of the Deal manual in the Discord and it'll explain everything. Oh, it's still closed? Oh, the stock market is still closed. Okay, so we need someone to open the market. So we're going to have to get chosen to open the market. All right. It's still closed. All right, we'll open the market up. But for now, whoever stocks will go up. Obviously, Rayleigh stocks are gone up. Okay, Alpha just opened it. Alpha just opened the stocks. The stocks are open now. So I would say the stock market is open. I would say Rayleigh stocks are up. Rayleigh stocks are up right now. Dragon stocks are growing by the minute. Garp stocks are stable. They dropped a little bit, but I think they're stable right now, but they're dangerous. GARP stocks are stable. I would say there's another person's stocks who went up, but I'm not remembering. I don't know why I'm not remembering. I'm not gonna lie to you, Garling stocks are pretty up just because he seems to be a bigger threat than most people would realize. I said Dragon stocks are up. Yeah, Dragon stocks are definitely up. Dragon and Rayleigh stocks are the ones that are really up right now, for sure. I would definitely say that. Rayleigh stocks have shot up high. I ain't gonna lie. What's the verdict on Roger? Subpar Vision is a wild name. What is that is crazy. Roger stocks are pretty stable. I don't think anything has changed. They're down? I don't know if I'd call them down. I don't think anything bad has happened. Yeah, Rock's caring about his family. Be a small little percentage. Small little percentage, I suppose. We watching anything after One Piece? Not at the moment. Not at the moment. There's things we need to do. I don't have a stock market report. I don't have a report to view, unless there's a chart I can look at. Yeah, I don't have a visual on the report. I don't have a visual. So unless someone can provide me a visual right now, we're gonna have to talk about the report later. What about Kaido stocks? He did say that we're not gonna turn around and fight. So I would say Kaido stocks have stabilized instead of dropping, because Kaido stocks are dropping. The Shaki stocks? They up. Shaki stocks are up. I'll give him that. I would say this. Captain John stocks are down for that metal army he's got. For even remotely resembling kid, turn them stocks down. Them stocks are down, boy. Okay. Few more super chats. Liking D LARP versus Dragon stocks up. I'm gonna say this: the Shepherd family is full of bums. How are you liking Dragon's characterization so far from that's unprecedented opinions? I'm liking Dragon's characterization so far. I'm liking the nuance. Sai Sidar. Did you see the new JoJo trailer? Peak has arrived? No, not yet. Not yet. Alright, guys. How do you feel about Summers? Do you think this is the end for bro or nah? No. I don't think it's the end. I mean, I don't think he's going to get packed up in the current arc. But I do think Sanji's going to fight him. So we'll have to see. Yeah, so no, he's fine. All right, guys, I gotta go. I gotta drop. So stay tuned. If you have not watched the collab between me and Murphy talking about Garp and Dragon, definitely check that out. And if you have not watched her video where we talk about Loki's character as well, definitely do that as well. But I have to drop. I got some work to take care of. So thank you guys as always. And I will see you guys for the next chapter reaction next week. All right, everybody. Take care. Thank you, everybody.